Live from Musclecap Studios, it's Curt Can't Talk.
Hello everybody on the internet, it is Curt Can't Talk. Welcome to another show. My goodness, I'm still not used to that intro, Jimbo. I'm all tangled up in my cords here. What's going on? It's like a dog on a leash. There we go. That's better. Good to be here. Hello everybody, live on YouTube on a Monday night. It's a great time to be alive. We love going live. We love talking to everybody who watches the show. Boy, oh boy, have we had a bit of traction lately on a lot of our stuff, our short form videos. We've had, we're talking today, Jimbo, we had 12.8 million views in the last 2 months on our shorts, which has just gone gangbusters. We've had a lot of new followers. Not sure how many have come across to this show yet, but we will get there. We've got our crew of regulars who always watch us, so welcome to all of you guys. We've got a bit to talk about tonight, we always do, but the Australian Open is here, of course. We will be talking a little bit about that. I've got a theory about tennis fans that I'm interested in people's feedback. Also interested if any of you guys have been to the AO this year or in previous years and your experiences, because Jimbo and I are going in just a couple of days' time. I'll get to that in a second. We're also going to the Tour Down Under on Sunday, so we'll talk to you about that on Monday's show. But both of those appearances, both of those trips will be live streamed right here on Curt Can't Talk on this channel. I've also got a few other things to talk about today, some augmented reality. I'm going to get stuck into that. But Jimbo, we're in the middle of a firestorm that I just started about 5 minutes ago. So I've got to talk about the Senegal African Cup of Nations thing in a second. But I just posted a video. Do you want to get our Instagram page up? Can you do that? And play the video that I've just posted, and maybe we can run through some of the comments that I've received on that already. Oh boy, I'll explain the full situation once we've watched this little summary video. But now that we are getting more eyes on our content, you know, within 10 minutes, 20 minutes, we've had 5,000 views, sometimes more. And this time, the comments have started to flood in quickly, and people are not particularly happy. So Jimbo will pull that up. Yeah, it's that latest one there. So it's just a fresh video. I only put it out about 25 minutes ago. Let's have a look at that one. How this does not constitute forfeiting a game. Senegal win the African Cup of Nations 1-0 in extra time, but this is after they left the field entirely. Their coach called all their players off in protest of a penalty that Morocco were given, which they then went on to miss with a horrible Panenka, but that's beside the point. But if you're allowed to take your whole team off in protest of a referee's decision, then bring them back on whenever you want, then continue the game and win the cup, then you can just do anything, can you? Just literally anything. Can someone explain to me how this does not... Now, let's have a look at these comments, and I'll reiterate, I didn't support Morocco in that. I didn't say that their behaviour was brilliant. I didn't say that they weren't ratbags, because they certainly were. They whistled during the Senegal anthem. They stole one of the goalkeepers, the Senegal goalkeeper's towel. They did all sorts of stuff. But none of that justifies taking your whole team off and tantruming. It's one of the most disgraceful things I've ever seen. Now, African football is rife with match fixing. We know that. We know that. We know it's got problems. We know FIFA is just a disgrace of an organisation generally. But let's have a look at some of the feedback I've received in the last 30 minutes. All right. I've put up a little comment there saying I'm live on YouTube. So if anyone's watching from that video that's come across, please phone in. There's a link in the description. This is a phone-in show, and lines are open. Call now. You can see it in the top corner. Let's debate it. Let's talk about it. There's one guy, Fartoon6392, who said 100. He agrees with me. Not a single like on his comment. But thanks, Fartoon. I appreciate it. Liam Edward R, hiding his last name, someone salty. You think I go for Morocco? Why would I be salty? What am I salty about? I couldn't care less about who wins the AFCON. It's just it's an extraordinary event to happen.
I mean, you could pass as Moroccan.
Oh, Fartoon does have one like. Was that us? Did
no,
you just
that
do
was
that?
me.
I could pass as Moroccan.
Gave him some love.
Smith Jr. Wrestling. Do you have any issue with the blatant match fixing? Look.
If proven, sure.
If proven, obviously. But soccer fans, you guys, you cry foul about match fixing for everything. Now, I know that your
Until
sport...
your team wins.
Yeah, exactly. I know that your sport is rife with it, so you can deal with that however you like. I love football. I watch it a lot. But every one of you complains about, oh, this referee's biased, oh, this is match fixing, this is a disaster. In Africa, maybe. In a lot of Europe, yeah. In a lot of South America, sure. But it's a pretty rote line every time things don't go your way. A bad decision or a decision against your team doesn't automatically mean match fixing. Anyway, let's have a look. Kangan Veet has put a gif of them celebrating. That's fine. That's from Egypt in 2019, though. This is the second time Senegal did this during an AFCON. It was a complete shit show. They should have been disqualified. There we go. We got some support. What about Morocco? Shitty behaviour. Yeah, fair enough. What do we get? Not all. Yes, that's true. Not all Senegal players walked off. Sadio Mane, the captain, did stay on. Now, I concede that. I didn't have time to put that little detail in the video. It's 27 seconds. You got to get it out there. Now, DJ Young Slime. Now, he sounds like a young scholar. And DJ Young Slime, if you're watching, please give me a call. You are as smart as a rock, I see. No wonder you made this video. Nothing I said in that video is wrong. I left out that Mane didn't go off. I left out the things that Morocco did. But everything in that video happened. It's not an opinion. It happened. They walked off. What's wrong about that, DJ Young Slime? And where are you playing next? Please let me know. All right. Mahmoud Mohamed Ashur. Yeah, well, you forgot to say that Kane, without security, didn't train before the match. Every decision was for Morocco. Here we go. They whistled at Senegal's national anthem. Very cheeky, disrespectful, I agree. They whistled every time they got the ball. Who cares? Well, you got to suck about that, are you? I'm Egyptian, and even though they knocked us out, they earned my respect and all of Egypt. Boost Senegal all you want, but it was deserved. What was deserved? Walking off the ground. You guys are nuts. What are the replies to that? I mean, what country tries to steal the goalie's towel in the last minute? That's like that Austin Powers line. Who throws a shoe? They should be ashamed for stealing a towel, but the team that ran off the pitch and sooked for 10 minutes shouldn't be. Come on. What's the hidden comment? Let's have a look at that. That's definitely going to be a swear word. Shut up. If you don't context, please keep your effing mic to yourself.
If you don't context, Kurt, next time context.
Sorry, next time I'll context. Who's that? It's Barex is on me. Always been a big fan of It's Barex and disappointed that he doesn't like my comment. Well, there you go. Whoa! That's a firestorm, Jimbo. And that's only just started at 8:09 p.m. on a Monday night. So
see what you wake up to tomorrow.
I was going to say I will go to sleep. I mean, remember in our early episodes we had a Virat Kohli take? I had a video Virat Kohli. I'll put yourself on the screen, Jimbo. I had a Virat reel that I said, I'm glad he made 2 ducks in a row, and although he's a champion, it's good to see him fail or something like that.
Yeah.
And then all the Indians fired up at me. I've since made up with them. They love me now because I made a nice video about Virat the other day. We thought that was a firestorm, and that had about that much in about a week. So this is going to go. This will run and run.
Senegal's coming for you.
Senegal is coming for me. Reminder, it's a live show. All right, so please call in. You know, I was going to summarize what happened, but I've pretty much said what happened. I'll give slightly more detail. The manager, who his name's Chow, and he's not an Asian. It's just how you pronounce his African name. He was not happy, obviously, with the decisions throughout the match. This is Senegal versus Morocco. And for those who don't follow football at all, AFCON is the biggest international, it's the biggest country competition outside of the World Cup for those guys. It's like the Euros, which is obviously huge for the Westerners. But he wasn't happy with how it all went during the game. There was a lot of back and forth, a lot of cheeky stuff going from one team to another. Like I said, both were guilty of some things. But the decision to call all of his players off, the penalty was given, and you can argue, is it a good penalty? Is it a bad penalty? I don't know. Does it look a little soft? Maybe. Have I seen that penalty given over and over and over again in football? Yes, I have. There was an arm across the shoulder. There was a pull. The player goes down. Real Madrid player, by the way, Diaz, who complained and made a fool of himself in the way that he spoke to the referee, and then the penalty was eventually given. And then it all kicked off. Then Chow calls his players off, and the only guy who stayed out there and then eventually called them back was ex-Liverpool legend Sadio Mane here, and the captain of Senegal. So he did the right thing, got his players back on. I'm sure he's not feeling great about how that happened, although they won the AFCON, so they're pretty happy. But the penalty miss was... it's going to haunt him for life. And this was played in Morocco. Remember, it was in Rabat, the capital of Morocco. A chance to win it and be a hero in what would have been the last minute of the game. It was 0-0, and he Panenkes it. That's the little chip straight down the line, and the goalkeeper doesn't move and takes it. Same player won the top goal scorer award and was in tears when he was being given the award. He was just ashamed of himself. So he's in for a rough one. Poor fella, you do feel for him. But hey, apparently there's not much Moroccan sympathy out there, Jimbo.
None at all.
So that's that. Whew. That's a way to start the show. Someone said, I'm salty. I was telling you before, I've been having these electrolyte supplements because I've been hitting the gym hard, you can probably tell. electrolyte supplements, and I've
Yeah.
maybe went a bit overboard today because I ran, did a running session, and I went to the gym, and
Yeah.
I had 1 and a bit sachets, and I am hot.
Is that a byproduct of?
I think so. I think too much
get
sodium,
hot.
you get overheated. It's like when you have KFC and you go to bed and you feel like your blood's itchy, you know? Do you ever have that? Dude, heavy itchy blood, man. It's what I get when I have KFC.
Itchy blood.
Look at me. I'm roasting in here. Are you hot in here?
Call in and let us know your stories of sweaty, itchy blood.
Itchy blood. I keep it above the belt, please. Yeah, you hot in here?
Not too bad.
All right. Can you monitor the redness on my face and just adjust the camera? Right? Sorry, you were going to say something at the end of the AFCON stuff.
Oh, no, I was going to say, wasn't it like 20-something minutes of deliberation? Like it went on.
It was crazy.
Yeah, it went on for ages.
Well, there were minutes taken up by the penalty stuff.
Yeah.
And then I think it was 10 minutes of them being off. Like, they went down the tunnel. The game was still going. It wasn't over.
Yeah. And I'm pretty sure I saw something saying, oh, yeah, after 20 minutes, which is fair enough, that's a long time. But a lot of Moroccan fans, oh, no, wait, that doesn't even make sense. Somebody was saying that, like, oh, obviously that amount of time, it's going to put you off. It's like, well,
no. So the issue there is that the penalty had been awarded. So that guy was waiting, ready to take the penalty. And he's being delayed by 10, 15 minutes, standing
true.
over
It's a long time to lose pace.
You know, tens of thousands of his Moroccan fans there thinking, this is my one chance to make myself a hero. And if I miss, like, there's enough pressure on a penalty normally. And a 5-second delay can throw you off, let alone standing there for 15 minutes. So,
yeah.
And then there was some more delays when they got to the spot and all this sort of stuff. It was, if you haven't seen it, go back and watch the highlights. We can't really show all of it because of copyright stuff, but goodness me. One more thing I did have this on the couch, Jimbo. We were talking about this off air. We've got our Australian Open trip coming up on Wednesday. So we will be live streaming. I don't know how much endurance we've got in us, but we're going to give it we're going to give it a good crack.
Do we know the forecast for
24 degrees, so it's great. It could have been 38, so we
I like that.
are very lucky. But AO, it's a great time of the year. I'm excited to be going over there. Our first trip, Jimbo. Our first interstate trip for Curt Can't Talk / Muscle Cat Media. So that's cool. In and out, 6:10 a.m. flight, so not luxurious for anyone wondering.
First class though, right?
First class on Virgin Domestic, yeah. So you'll get free water.
It's weird they put it at the back of the plane now.
Yeah. Right near the toilet.
Right next to the toilet.
Well, you might be. I'm a gold member.
You're up front.
Also, I'm in the lounge. You can sit out with the plebs. No, I think I get a guest pass. Looking forward to it. We're trying to pack light, right?
Yep.
Because I'm not going to wear anything. I'm not going to have a backpack.
You're going birthday suit.
Yeah, I'm going to be naked. I'm hot. I'm having too much
We're not going to
salt.
last long.
If I have KFC the night before, I'll have to go naked.
All that big sweaty blood.
But itchy, sweaty blood.
Itchy, sweaty blood.
But yeah, I don't want anything other than the mic, which might be the microphone attached to the end of this.
Yep.
And my wallet, my phone. That's pretty much it. You will have a backpack of just a couple of
all the camera gears, the batteries, the cables.
Oh yeah, your phone and a charger. But I asked you before, could we fit this in the backpack? And you said, just walk on with it.
Yeah.
And for some reason, there seems like there's a massive difference between walking onto a plane with a tennis racket in a backpack versus just a guy with no luggage walking onto a plane holding a tennis racket. Is that legal?
I mean, it looks like you're competing in the Australian Open.
Yeah, I'm late. I'm
pretty sure that's how Federer does it when he travels.
I genuinely don't know if that's legal. If I can just walk on.
Oh, it's definitely legal.
Is it?
Is it questionable of what's this guy doing? Maybe, but
you said you could come on with a skateboard. Is that true?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. I mean, as always with her,
down the stairs onto the tarmac.
As always, I think there's always the if you've got carry on and a skateboard, there's a level of old conundrum that we've all had.
You're
pushing it. You're pushing it. Yeah.
Do they have the little? You know how they have.
You've got me wanting to say, you take my bag on the plane, I'll take the racket.
All right.
We'll put this to the test.
All right, fine. And then we'll just swap when we get there.
Yeah, that's it.
Well, it's going to be a big day. I think the over-under for hours on air, live on Curt Can't Talk, I reckon the over-under is 3.5 hours.
Yeah.
I reckon we can do 2-hour sessions. What we're going to do, everyone...
And then we'll film some stuff.
Hans will like that one. What we might do, I think, Jimbo, and I haven't told you this, but this is planning on the fly.
Wait.
I reckon we will start at Federation Square in Melbourne. And we will walk along the Yarra River, along Birrarung Mar, over a particular footbridge where I have a story to tell, to the MCG. And this is because we'll be there an hour before anything starts. Right? Go around the MCG, bit of history, bit of a tour of the G, one of the most famous sports grounds in the world, live for all of our international viewers. Clip all that up, that'll be great. And then we can cross the other footbridge over the railway tracks into the Australian Open, and then the festival will begin.
Nice.
What do you think of that?
I like it. This
Cool.
time we actually get to walk into the event as opposed
Yes.
to just circle the stadium.
Correct. We do have tickets. We do have tickets. So that'll be good. That'll be good. Jimbo, I mean, we'll encourage people to get involved in the chat. Of course, the lines are open. So if you do want to talk about anything, click the link. It's very easy. It's like Zoom, but with no login. You just write your name and click yes or whatever, and you can come and talk to us. Jimbo will let you in when we're ready. But please, there's also chat. Did you have some tech stuff you were going to talk about?
Tech, I was more going to say, probably in a similar vein, I guess F1 on the marketing side of things for adults.
Oh, yeah.
Like, have they just nailed marketing for the last 5 years as far as getting people around the sport? Because it seems like, simple answer is cartoons for kids augmenting the reality of live is not the go. But for F1, it's been dramatizing the season through docuseries like Drive to Survive, and then Apple key timing with their F1 movie. It's done nothing but hype the sport.
Yeah.
So is that the new move for, NASCAR tried to rip it off and I think flopped a bit, but...
Yeah. Oh, well, it's not the new move anymore because they've been doing it for 5 years, but it did create copycats for everyone.
That's what I mean. Is that
every sport has one now.
Is that the model that everyone's following or needs to follow? But I'm not seeing it work for anyone else quite as effectively.
No, they had Full Swing for golf, and that was okay.
Yeah.
I think.
They had the last.
Literally every sport's done it. Every sport has done it. Cricket did an earlier version.
If anything, F1 wasn't even the first to do it. Now that I think about it,
they were the first to do it really well.
Do it well, sure.
Yeah. And what the difference they somehow captured was that they got chicks into it. They told the story in a way that unlocked the female market. And now there are so many females who watch F1. And that's the difference because they have added, the sport's doubled in the last 5 or 6 years as far as viewership and the crowds at the events and all this sort of stuff and social media and the way that the story's told there. It's gone gangbusters.
Yeah.
And Drive to Survive was, I reckon I have 20 mates who are properly into F1 and 10 of them said, Drive to Survive.
Yeah, 100% same at work. There's a handful of people who are like, watch that and now diehards.
Yeah.
I only just watched the F1 movie on Apple and I was like,
what was that like?
I didn't mind it.
Yeah?
Yeah, I thought it was decent. No, it didn't seem too long. But it had a lot of the, similar to Drive to Survive, the whole thing was you've got a lot of the goats in there, so keeps it. And they filmed the whole thing during the real races, etc.
Yeah, well, Brad Pitt was on the grid for heaps of stuff last year.
Yeah,
and it was officially licensed by F1 as well, which made it look authentic, all the graphics and things.
Wow, and they've been now in talks with, I think they've put Netflix to the side and Apple's just paid them a fortune to take the rights over and take it into Apple.
F1?
No, not F1. The rights to Drive
Drive
to Survive and licensing the streams through. So it's going to be no longer with ESPN. They're doing the streams through Apple now, I believe.
Yeah, right. So live streams of races.
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
So they've got licenses to do at least half the season or something. But
yeah. Nice. Just another complication for sports fans to get another draft.
Yeah, that's it.
Another streaming service.
Yeah, I think that was the big criticism on both the articles. Another streaming service to get to watch sport.
So, it's still on KO, right? Like KO will just.
I assume so. Yeah, I don't think they've taken it over entirely, but I think Netflix. It was kind of them in negotiations between Netflix and Apple for ages.
Yeah.
And Apple wanted out.
Brad Pitt was he a convincing race car driver at 53 years old?
I don't know. Yeah, I would say so. I'm keen to see if anyone else has seen it and had some opinions on it. I didn't mind it as maybe not the biggest diehard F1 and only newly into it. I thought it was decent. It seemed like, again, not being a long-standing F1 fan, it seemed like it it covers well the similar drama. I think that Drive to Survive covered of the
See, this is the
soap
thing
opera
that's
aspect
put
behind
me
the
off
scenes.
watching it. It's like I don't want to see a dramatized fake version of the thing that I love. I've got
as in the movie or the Drive to Survive?
Yeah, no, the movie and Drive to Survive, right? Because I know the stories. I follow it every week. I feel no need to go back and watch an attention grabbing version of the thing I saw play out in real time.
Yeah.
I watched the first season of Drive to Survive, but I have
Didn't do it for you?
It was fine. I watched it with Kathy and she liked it.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know. I don't think it's a show. Well, the show's not made for existing fans of the sport. It's made for people who are not.
And if anything, that's the big thing is it's brought new either service level fans deeper or fresh faces in, but it's not for the diehard fans that are already there.
But then every sport went crazy with it. Like even clubs were doing it on an individual level in soccer in particular. Like Tottenham had one, Man City had one, and I'm a Tottenham fan, so I did watch that and I found that interesting because it was a lot more access than you'd normally get. But the copy paste format of it is just there's too much now. Way too much now. It's so old. Like I think most sports fans roll their eyes when they see, oh look, rugby union's doing a behind the scenes dramatized version. Who the hell cares? Seriously. It's just old hat. And you can't replicate the F1 version with as much success now.
Yeah, and I think everyone tried. I think NASCAR tried. A lot of people are saying like, hey, if you're just going to dump it on free to air, which is I think what NASCAR did. So obviously Netflix and being a big streaming service helped, but yeah, other things when you're just like, oh, let's just put it on Lifetime or some other.
Oh, was it?
Yeah, I think NASCAR's was through some channel that was just never. It wasn't in the streaming services and getting the reach that something like this would. But
yeah, okay. Well, give us recommendations if there's good ones in there. I'm a very negative Nelly tonight. I don't know why. Any chat going on there, Jimbo? Anyone saying hello?
We had Wayne Hollis saying, "Come on, I'm sure the rugby union fan would love that." I think fan was intentional there.
Yeah, fan. Farnsey's our one rugby union fan. He calls up occasionally. Yeah, no, good point, Wayne.
We had a lot of references to Wii Sport in the kids augmented stuff.
Oh,
that is very, especially the tennis. That is bang on Wii Sports.
It is very Wii Sports. Is anyone pro that augmented reality stuff? Like, does anyone have kids that watch it and go, "That's awesome"? I mean, to be fair, I haven't shown my kids that because I don't want to, but they'll probably like it.
I think, well, Lethan Man said, I don't know, seeing Mike Wazowski catch tutties gave me hope.
Was there a Monsters Inc?
Apparently.
All right, I'm back. I'm back on board.
I mean,
still boiling, Jimbo. I am as hot.
You're roasted?
Yeah. We might need to turn this down.
Crank the old AC up.
This is live streaming, ladies and gentlemen. With a low battery on my aircon mic. There we go. Oh, what else you got for me, Jimbo? There's been a bit going on.
Well, I mean, we covered the tennis, but the other thing that's a bit all over the place is the uproar in fans of whether you're kind of for or against this notion of underarm serves. So we had Kuritan Mute, the Frenchman, win, I believe, his third set against Tristan Schoolkate.
Yep.
With an underarm serve to win the match. Mm-hmm. And then I guess it's a split. So obviously the crowd erupts in boos and the internet's pretty split over it. So the question becomes, is it a legitimate tactical weapon? Is it a legitimate approach to sneak a point? Or is it just a disrespectful thing that you shouldn't be doing? Where do you stand before I give you my opinion?
They are not. The way you frame that question, they're not mutually exclusive. Legitimate or disrespectful is not the option. It can be legitimate and disrespectful.
True.
But it's still legitimate.
Yeah.
And the older I get, the more I say, if it's in the rules, do it. If it's in the rules, do it.
Does it make it disrespectful though? If it's in the rules.
That's also an argument. Yeah, that's also an argument. I used to be Mr. Spirit of the Game with the cricket underarm, like the Trevor Chappell 1981.
Yeah.
The context there was that New Zealand needed 6 runs to win. This was the first Spirit of the Game debate that really blew things up in relatively modern history. Needed a 6 to win, and so Trevor Chappell, the least famous of the 3 Chappells, or maybe the most infamous, bowls an underarm, but it was legal at the time. Not an underarm that bounced. He rolled it along the ground, so it was physically impossible for the New Zealand batsman to get any loft on it and hit a 6. Right? Yep. So they can't win the game.
Yep.
They can only really hit a 4 from that. New Zealand batsman blocks it, throws his bat. They're all very angry, right? And it's been a controversy ever since.
Storm into the tunnel and run off the field.
That's right, for 10 minutes, then came back.
Then came out and finished.
What did happen from that is that the ICC changed the rules. So they changed it to you can't roll the ball and you can't double bounce it. Then it's now a no ball. So you can bowl underarm, but the captains have to agree pre-game in cricket that underarm bowling's allowed. So there's all these checks and measures.
You both chose it or you didn't.
That one will never happen again, and I have never seen a game where captains, for whatever reason, have agreed to underarm bowling. So that's the cricket one.
Yep.
Was that legitimate? Yeah, that was legitimate. There's been the debate but was it a good look is the other question. Well, it's not a good look in that it's not sporting, in that you haven't given your opponent a legitimate chance to win it. But what is sport if not trying to restrict the chances of your
Well,
opponent winning,
I
right?
don't know. To me, yeah, because to me, the underarm serve being a boo or like that's disrespectful. Like it's the equivalent of saying, mate, you're serving too fast. Slow down.
I love the underarm serve in tennis. I think it's great because it keeps the opponent on their toes. If you get into a
100%.
comfort zone where you're going to stand that far back because you're
Yeah.
afraid of my number one
My
weapon,
monster
there you
serve.
go.
Here's a
Bang.
new weapon.
Be ready for it. Why is that any worse than a drop shot in a rally?
100%.
It's trickery. It's deft touch.
Yep.
It's successful.
It's not, I assume, the easiest to keep it close to the net and keep it from there's a skill involved, but to me it's the equivalent of just complaining that somebody's hitting it too fast and hard on the serve. Let's slow it down.
Yeah, and that they hit it too slow this time and I'm not happy.
It's like, I undid it. Now what?
Yeah, and it's not conventional. It's not traditional tennis, which is what gets people up in arms. It is deceptive, yes.
Sure.
But I was thinking about this today. Every sport has an element of chess in it, right? Every sport has strategy and tactics and an element of
100%.
surprise, right?
Yeah.
You see in football, whether that's Australian, world, or US, there are changes in plays. There are changes in team lineups. There are surprises with who goes where and who does what. Like that is unpredictable, and that's something that the opponent has to deal with.
Yeah.
Right?
100%. Well, and it's to your point before. It's like, yes, the first time somebody's pushing a boundary of a rule and it's being challenged the edge of, well, this is allowed, that's when the crowd and the fans and the bodies have to decide, is this something we'll allow in the sport? Does it take something away? And if they don't, this is now a new thing that is, well, it's not even new.
Yeah.
It's just this is a new angle we found to get a leg up.
Well, this is another thing that's interesting with cricket because the traditionalist debate has sort of changed on one rule in particular. Have you heard of the man-cad? Do you know what man-cadding is in cricket?
Ooh, I've heard the term, but I couldn't tell you I know what it is.
So it's two batsmen, obviously, when the batsman at the non-striker's end, what they do often is that they sneak ahead by, a metre and a half in anticipation before the bowler's bowled so that when the shot's played, they can get through for the run quicker, right? And there is, in the laws of cricket, something called man-cadding, where if you're about to be in your delivery stride as the bowler and you see the batsman out of his crease, you can go, boop, pop the bails off and he's run out, right? And that would happen once or twice a year in world cricket and everyone would blow up. It's not in the spirit of the game. It's a disgrace.
It's happened a bit lately, yeah?
Well, it has happened a little bit lately. Well, it's happening less now because the ICC clarified in 2022, yes, it's legal, basically said, stop trying to steal yardage as the batsman.
Yeah.
The person who's doing the wrong thing here is the batsman by
100%.
cheating and sneaking forward. So if you're going to get an unfair advantage, expect to be run out.
100%.
It's like Johnny Bairstow leaving his crease in the Ashes and Alex Carey stumps him. Don't leave your crease.
Yeah, 100%.
So, but it's funny because it used to be like,
true.
man-cadding's a disgrace. It's against the
everyone
tradition of the
boos
game.
the person that did it. It's like, well...
But now people go, oh, cool, man-cadding. It shouldn't leave your crease, you idiot.
Yeah,
so it's
100%.
The cultural tone on that has shifted.
Yeah.
There's still...
and I like that. If the body comes in and says, yeah, it's fine, like you shouldn't be doing this thing.
Yeah.
100%.
So that was good by the ICC.
Yeah, that's a good stance to take of like, you're either for or against it, but I would say don't even sit the fence as the body. Either say, no, we're not changing this rule because it achieves this purpose or make a change.
Yeah. No, and they did that. So
100%.
yeah, it's always... the same things pop up in sport over and over.
Yeah, it's just funny that, the crowd seems to be unanimously on the side of booing
a
the
bit. You know
underarms.
why? Because the victim was Australian.
True. Well, but I feel like...
Victim. It wouldn't have...
Yeah, true. And I
not
have
sure it would
seen...
have
There
been
was
as-
one from last year. I forget who with, and it was a bit of a contentious thing where he had called a review and overturned the point, and but the crowd was a bit more on his side of like, okay, well, stuff you, I'll do a little underhand, and like it was almost intentionally disrespecting him because he was being a foul sport, and the crowd was on the side of like, yeah, show him.
Was it Curious?
No, it was nobody I knew the look of. I think one of them.
Because there are a few guys that have done it on occasion. Like Kyrgios was known for a bit of trickery. Andy Murray did it a little bit. Michael Chang did it famously in the 1998 French Open as well, and that was one of the earlier instances of it.
Yep. I'm wondering if this is going to be one you're aware of, and I should know better. But we will see.
Oh, Bublik, yeah. I did know Bublik did it. I haven't seen it, though.
I can't skip it along. It's a long one because they go down a score review. I mean, it was fair. I think he was being a bit of a douche, in my opinion.
Oh, yeah. Oh, so Felix wasn't happy. Okay.
Yeah,
he claimed the ball hindered his.
So he was walking into
Oh,
the
the
wall.
ball kid. He said.
Yeah, so
hindered
this
his shot.
guy's saying, like, you were running into a wall anyway. And he's like, well, the ball kid was literally going to grab the ball. And if you watch the replay, 100% he's right. Like, he could have done better if the ball kid didn't stick his arms out
really?
to catch it. Yeah. So I'm in the favor of this guy.
Okay.
Whereas the other guy is just getting pissy and saying. So he's literally going to
Oh,
catch it. It's like he has to pull
whoa.
back. So it's like fair enough.
Yep, it caused a hindrance. Yeah, that's
So
that's
replay
correct.
the point, and old mate gets all pissy.
Yeah, okay. All right, now how does this?
Lap. Finishes the game. But the crowd loves that. That's pretty disrespectful.
Yeah, that's pretty good. That's pretty good.
Ironically, that is actual disrespectful, and the crowd's like, yeah!
I know.
And then somebody does it to win a point, they're like, that's so disrespectful.
I don't mind that.
Oh, it's good.
I don't mind that from entertainment as far as arrogance and sportsmanship. I mean,
That's good.
look, I say this all to say you have to temper any response in any argument here with sportsmanship should always be considered.
Yeah.
Right? You have to sport's not just winning. I think maybe I made a point errantly before. It's not just winning. There is a sportsman's element to it, a sportsmanship element to it, right? The best winners win with grace.
Mm.
It doesn't mean that you can't win other ways and be smart and tactical. But
Yeah.
you look at that and everyone goes, yeah, you won the point, but should you have done it?
Being a bit of a douche.
Have you won overall?
Yeah.
Eh.
And your whole sentiment was screw you kind of thing.
And especially when you look at the replay and go, yeah, he was definitely obstructed.
Yeah, it was fair call.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I don't think Felix was being particularly abusive towards the
No.
ball kid. He was just genuinely saying, hey,
Yeah.
I
couldn't hit
play that
this.
shot.
Have a look at it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It would have been worse if he went through with his shot and knocked his head off.
Ooh.
Oh, very interesting.
Ironically, Alex had said, "What's your opinion on mad catting?" And he said he literally was typing that as you started talking about it.
Nice.
So he was ahead of the curve.
It's the one that always comes up. It's the one.
And he said the batsman shouldn't get a warning for a man cad. So is there a warning involved?
Ah,
I feel like I've seen that where it's
I'd
not
have
always
to-
a black and I've seen stuff where it's like, yeah, all the factors of the rule were in place and he's knocked the crease, but there's still like
Yeah.
it's not always a black and white. You're gonna be called out. But
Alex, can you clarify? Do you mean, because I'm not 100% sure there, is the warning that the umpire says, hey, we've noticed you leaving your crease early, don't do it? Or is the warning that the bowler
it's
says, I'm going to, like
yeah.
he gestures to man-cad, and then the next time he can get man-cadded?
yeah,
Not sure. Interesting. There was another controversy, and we won't go down the political route of it, but in the Brisbane International, the women's, so Sabalenka, the world number one, played Kostyuk from Ukraine. It was the final. Kostyuk has since been knocked out of the Australian Open in the first round, but Sabalenka won the final, right? And she's Belarusian. So Russian and Belarusian players have been, they're not playing under their flag, right? It's like the Olympic ban because of the war in Ukraine and all that sort of stuff. And that happens occasionally in sport. Still always a very murky ground for me to punish individuals and not allow them to represent their country. You can see why the leadership's punished.
yeah.
It's always very cruel to me, to the individual who can no longer, when they have no influence on what's happened above them, they can no longer play for their country, right? So they're playing for no flags. Anyway, as a Ukrainian, Kostyuk said, well, I am not going to give any credence or respect to any Belarusians or any Russians. And she refused to shake her hand. She refused to acknowledge her in the trophy ceremony. She lost the final. Didn't talk about her, didn't talk to her, didn't shake her hand, nothing. And then doubled down on it in the press conference, saying, I have to use my platform for good. The Ukrainian people expect something of me. This is bigger than tennis, etc. The reception's not been good for that.
It shouldn't be.
No, I agree.
Well, yeah, neither of you
What's
have.
Sabalenka done?
Yeah,
Nothing.
neither of you have any influence in that. If anything, you're just showing they're like, yeah, we should be divided on stuff other people are doing that has nothing to do with us right now.
Yeah,
like,
sure-
well,
surely
it has
it-
nothing to do with us, but it's like, yeah, you're not the person that's oppressing me or my people. Like, we can get along and show that we are humans behind this.
That's what I would have thought. I
Yeah.
thought that's the approach to take, right?
Yeah.
And surely no I'm not going to speak for Ukrainian people, but if Australia was at war with Russia, and I saw an Australian sportswoman or sportsman shake the hand of a Russian, I would not be offended.
No, not in the
Does that
context.
pose a problem?
Yeah, not in the context of we're just people competing in a sport.
I mean, hard for me to say. I mean, obviously my country's not been torn apart by, but it just
Yeah.
seems an odd approach.
I mean,
And I've never seen that before. I've never seen the players without any context between those two before then. I'm not aware of any animosity between those two as individuals before the event.
Sure. Yeah.
I've never seen the players or a player take the geopolitical environment and punish another player with their behavior towards them.
I mean, the irony is the handshake snub controversy in the Indian Bangladesh game.
Oh yeah, no, you're right. Yeah,
So
you're
it's
right.
like a perfect.
True.
We're basically both wildly against each other. Screw you as people. We're not going to shake hands
True.
because our countries are in a pickle. So it's like it's weirdly a whole team in that context where they all said we're not doing this.
Why does that feel different? I'm not sure it is different, but for some reason it feels different.
Why
Maybe
not?
because I'm more au fait. I understand more about the India-Pakistan rivalry in cricket that has
maybe
played out for a long, long time. And it is like, that's a country playing a country. That's not an individual playing an individual. And do I agree with it? No, I don't. But
it feels different. Yeah.
maybe there was more to that than
I just thought it funny
understand.
that the Bangladesh Cricket Board came back and said they issued an emergency statement claiming it was a momentary lapse in concentration and completely unintentional
Why is the Bangladesh Cricket Board getting involved?
because it was England
It was India, Pakistan. They got nothing to do with it. Was it held in Bangladesh?
yeah, I believe. Well,
Because I know Pakistan sometimes don't play in their home
unless I've
country.
got the wrong thing.
Who was the offending party in that? Was it Pakistan or India who didn't shake their hand?
I assume it was mutual. It would be hard to tell who's the.
Well, I think from memory, wasn't one team on the ground and the other refused to come out? I can't remember.
Oh, maybe.
There was a big, speaking of Pakistani cricketers, Babar Azam, there was a huge moment in the BBL, the cricket. The other day. We haven't talked about this, have we? With Steve Smith. No, I was talking about at a party with someone about it. So Steve Smith, Australian legend, playing in the BBL, his teammate is Babar Azam, who's basically potentially going to be the Virat Kohli of Pakistani cricket. He's a good batsman, big reputation, a lot of pressure, big personality. Anyway, the power surge is coming up, which is field restrictions. So there's a 2-over period in Big Bash cricket where you apply the power surge as the batting team. The fielders have to come in. There's only a certain amount that can go out near the boundary, which means it's easier to take risks and score more runs. So Steve Smith is on strike, and he knows he's taking the power surge next over. So he hits a ball, and there is one run there. They could run one, and he goes, no, don't run. Oh, sorry, no, it was the other way around. But Azam was on strike, and Smith said no, he refused the single, so that Smith was on strike for the next over.
Yeah.
Because he wanted to face the power surge and go crazy and score all these runs. But Babar Azam is a batsman, so he was insulted and furious that Smith had said, no, I'm going to take it. And so Azam's basically saying, you've disrespected me, what are you doing? I want to face this, I'm as good as you, why are you sending me back? But then Smith goes on to hit 32 runs from the over. 6, 6, 6, 6, 6, and a 4, like went crazy, or 2 4s, 4 6s. So it was absolutely justified in the end. Smith made the right call, it was a tactical call, it was brave, and he destroyed the opposition with it. But then the next ball that Azam faces, he gets out and he walks off and he smacks the rope on the way out and he's pissed off. He's very, very angry. Apparently he refused to talk to people in the change rooms afterwards. It's caused a massive, massive stir. So they've also had a couple of other issues with players being like taken out of games. So it's been a bad tournament for the Pakistanis, but they're never far from controversy, those guys. It's all happening. It's all happening for them. But yeah, Big Bash is reaching its conclusion. We've got the final coming up in, this weekend. Strikers suck. Adelaide's team's gone. So forget that. What's going on in the chat, Jimbo? Anyone getting involved?
What we got?
We've got some NFL scores to go through in a second.
Yeah, nothing specific other than Alex giving you a diagnosis. Might be menopause that's causing you to get overly hot.
It's salts, mate. I'm telling you. It's salt. Let's have a look.
You seem a bit salty after your last Instagram post.
Let's have a look. Let's update. Can you bring it up?
Yeah,
Let's see if
it.
it's progressed. This war with very passionate African football fans. It's weird. The internet is there. We go. DJ Young Slime. After all the controversy that's going on with the Barcelona organisation, standing against the corruption that's going on in the game is a huge step forward for the game in its entirety. We shouldn't be looking at this in any negative light at all and just respect the players for doing what they did. Wow. Well,
Wait, he's saying we should respect Senegal
yeah.
for doing what they did?
Wish someone spoke as passionately as they can about the sus match fixing in favour of Morocco. Morocco spelt wrong.
Hashtag favoritism.
Is that trending, is it? Keep going up. Is there any other new stuff? Not all the players was off the field, my guy. Yeah, I know. All right, I know. You got to shorten these videos. Goodness me. Someone is salty. What? I don't know. Did I come across as a Moroccan fan in that? Oh, surely I was just...
You could pass as Moroccan in that video.
Because of the curl. Is it because of the curl. And
the olive skin.
And my desert-coloured shirt. Maybe. All right, screw it. I'm a Moroccan football fan, and I will be till I die.
Morocco for life.
Morocco for life. Yeah, they were screwed. All right. Well, apparently football fans love it when teams just give up and tantrum and walk off. You know, I worked in soccer for a short time. I've never seen a worse culture in a sport.
Yeah.
In any sport anywhere.
Yeah.
Everyone involved in every club carries on like psychopaths.
And what is it that drives that? Is that just the sheer winnings everything? Is it?
It's that. I think it's like a lot of soccer clubs are based on, I think we talked about this before. It's from like ethnic origins, right? So there's a lot of hatred from one club to another based on where you're from. Like it's sort of the Rangers Celtic thing with the different religions there, or the different denominations of Christianity. Yeah, there's always underlying tension, and it just brings out the worst in people. Like, you see it on field. You go to an A-League game and you hear people carry on. I mean, I know other sports aren't much better, but you see the way the players carry on. You see the way the coaches carry on towards the referees. Like, I know they've tried to stamp it out in the last 4 or 5 years, and they've done a bit of a better job with it. But for decades there, it was a disgraceful sport to watch, particularly from an officiating perspective. It's just awful.
That poor referee in the Senegal match, he had lost all control.
Yes.
As everyone's pushing and
still had a smile on his face afterwards. Don't say poor referee, because now all the Senegal fans will come at you because apparently he's a blatant Morocco fan.
He's Moroccan.
Yeah, I don't know. Let's maybe do I might do a deep dive one day into corruption in African football. Because look, I always expect pushback on my videos, and I did get a lot on an NFL one, which I'll tell you in a second. But I didn't think the defense of Senegal would be so vociferous. I mean, that's extraordinary. That was like 90% saying, I'm an idiot. You're an idiot. They should be able to run off whenever they want. Okay, cool. Yeah, the NFL stuff. So let's get the NFL scores up from this week. But while you're doing that, I posted my rant, and somebody said, I've never heard of a rant. I know what a rant is, but what's a rant? I thought South Australia, we say rant, don't we? Have a dance, water the plants, have a rant. That's how we talk. It's the Queen's English.
Yeah, I'd say rant.
Yeah, but you're American.
Yeah, true.
You say news. Go and have a rant on the news, mate.
You say mirror.
Do you say mirror?
Yeah.
Say mirror.
Gotta look in the mirror.
No, say it.
I don't want to say it now.
Turn up my headphones and say it. Mirror. You say mirror?
Look in the mirror. Like look at
the mirror.
The mirror.
You're not Italian. Look in the mirror.
Well, now I want to stop saying things.
Scores from today. Yes. So I'll get to my story in a second. But Broncos 33. That was yesterday. Beat the Bills. We'll talk about all of this in the Outback Quarterbacks podcast tomorrow night.
49ers got a hiding.
They got an absolute hiding. 41.
I think after the first quarter, this is running away.
It was done. It told us two things. The 49ers did well to get as far as they have this year with those injuries, and the Seahawks are real, man.
And they still had injuries in that game.
I know.
It still had guys
stop.
like running.
Bloody EMF fields, man. Those EMF fields.
That's it. That power station.
Yep. Patriots, they're seriously back. They're in a championship game with Drake May in
I
year
tried
2.
to text you while I was in the sauna today, mid Patriots game.
Another photo? No. Oh, about the NFL. Okay.
I was trying to text Seahawks and Patriots Super Bowl?
Oh, yeah.
Question mark.
Seahawks and Pats, yes.
It's a real possibility.
We'll deep dive it tomorrow on the Outback QB, but I think so, because the Broncos, they've lost Bo Nix. He's got a broken bone in his foot or his ankle, so their star quarterback won't play. They'll have Jarrett Stidham, who's had like 5 career starts. So the Pats are hot hot favourites for the AFC Championship
Yeah.
game next week. Should be a blowout, really. And then the Seahawks now, I think, are favourites. The Rams, as you can see, 20-17, struggled over the Bears. It was not their best day. Obviously, great to still get it done, and they've done that the last 2 weeks. But I think the Seahawks are playing better football. I think they're more likely to win next week. Out of anyone in this whole competition, I want to see Sam Darnold win an MVP in a Super Bowl and get a ring.
Yeah.
He deserves it. He's just a good dude. He's done it the hard way. I think any purist wants to see that. So, yeah, we are... For anyone watching, anyone interested, we're doing a live watch-along of the Seahawks-Rams NFC Championship game at 10 o'clock SA time, 10:30 Melbourne, Sydney time next week on the Outback Quarterback podcast channel. So if you like the NFL, make sure you follow over there.
We had What's Your Decision say, how was Whitey's penalty for tossing his helmet to show his displeasure at the...
At referee's decision?
It just says at the PI?
Oh, yeah, pass interference.
Oh, pass
yeah.
interference,
There was a lot of... I mean, it's always the same in NFL playoffs. There's certain decisions that they evoke the same passion that we saw from the Senegalese football fans. There's always accusations of cheating and all this sort of stuff. It's sports fans everywhere, right? But yeah, there were a few guys that did have a lot of repeat penalties on them in the last couple of days, which evoked some serious reactions.
What's Your Decision also said, great stat. Seahawks won after 30 seconds of play. Could have parked the bus.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, true, because they score a touchdown and then the 49ers score
instantly.
6. That is true. I like that a lot. All right, you can pull those down. The story I was going to tell before is you might want to get our YouTube up actually in a second. Last week I had a rant on this very show about the playoff system, the NFL playoff system. And I am strongly of the opinion that there should be more emphasis on regular season than division winners, because you see teams with losing records make the playoffs. Yeah, that's one thing. That's fine. I think I'm comfortable with that bit of it, if that needs to say, and obviously it will. The thing I really think should change is that they should not get home field advantage. That's the real bee in my bonnet, that the LA Rams 12-5 played the Carolina Panthers 8-9 in Carolina. And Carolina would have had home field advantage all the way through if they'd won. So that's the thing that I think should change. I put up that 3-minute clip and it got 500 views, which on a longer form video for us is pretty good at this stage. It definitely riled some people. Do we want to look at the comments there, Jimbo? Yeah, there we go. 3-minute rant. Well, it must change. This is like Inception, watching myself as I'm on air. Head down to the comments. They weren't quite as angry, but look, they hard disagree, all this sort of stuff, and a lot of support. I was definitely in the minority here. We had 10 likes.
Disagree, absolutely not.
Yep. All sorts of things. Keep going down. There's one in particular I want to get.
I disagree.
Solomon Sebresos 9745, the 9,745th in the Solomon Sebresos lineage. He says, I think you should keep your thoughts for soccer. You can open my reply if you want to. Solomon, I've taken your feedback on board and decided to disregard it. Which, pleasingly, I ratioed him. I got more likes than he did there. Garbage take from 33.
That Matt made.
Yeah, it might be. J-Rock asked the legitimate question, do you want us to have relegation? The answer is no, I definitely do not. But there was one other comment, and it's along the lines of Solomon, and it was, you should stick to soccer.
Yeah.
No, he goes. Look at this Brit trying to talk NFL. You should stick to soccer. And I throw back, hi genius, I'm Australian.
Because of your rant.
Because of my rant. Yeah, I do speak the Queen's English. I said, hey genius, I'm Australian, and he deleted his comment in embarrassment. But the thing is, so that guy, Solomon Sabresos, clearly thinks I'm British as well.
Yeah.
And we've had this before, right? I'm not
You're
sure
Moroccan,
if we talked about
you're
it.
British, you're all over the
I'm
map.
an international man. I'm an international man of mystery. Were you going to say that?
I was going to say.
Yeah. Even Australians. Do you remember I talked to an Australian at the Ashes and he thought I was British?
Yeah, that's right.
I mean, that's a particularly egregious mistake for another Aussie to think I'm British. And I've had that a few times. When I was younger, I went to a footy tournament in in Canberra, and a couple of guys asked me there whether I was English. What is this? What's your decision going to arc up here?
No, not about this. It's a complete left field. But what's your decision to said? Curious, based on Kurt's suggested videos, why are you trying to burn fat or got bodies to hide.
Well. This is not mine. These are not mine. Let's look at your algorithm. If
Was that mine? No, I'm logged in as you.
Ah, crap. What was it?
I'm logged in as
no,
Curt
don't
Can't
show
Talk.
it. Don't show it. Don't show. Go on, show it. What is it? Wait, can
Best
you
way
look
to-
at it first and see if it's embarrassing?
I
before you
assume
show
it's
it?
these, like best way to burn dangerous fat, 100 body weight squats.
Yeah, well, I'm getting ripped. Like I said, the reason my face is so hot is because I'm having so many supplements at the moment. I'm losing it. Is there anything embarrassing in that sidebar?
No, nothing I would say is embarrassing.
Yeah.
For you. Not for a Brit.
Not for a Brit. How to ignore your attraction to your producer. How to guard yourself against angry Senegalese football fans. Why does everyone on the internet hate me? Well, just the three things that go through my mind. every week.
Leith Handman said, have the worst team in the NFL play a relegation game against the best team in CFB.
So
College football.
That makes so little sense that I love it. What? So then, Indiana come in and not Carolina, but Tennessee go out to that. How does that work? And then where did Tennessee play? Yeah, look, it is weird, the NFL, in that it doesn't have a feeder system in any way. Like, there's no backup. Someone who's dropped just doesn't play, right? This is what's so bizarre, Jimbo, about Jarrett Stidham, who will be starting, or it's already announced, he's starting for the Broncos next week. In years in the system, he's hardly played any NFL. He's just practiced. It's not like in Australian footy where you just drop down to the reserves, or in every other sport in the world where you can still play the sport if you're not picked. They can't play the sport. There's nowhere to go. Cricketers, they play second 11 cricket.
Yeah, true.
Soccer players, they play for the reserves or the under-21s. NFL players don't do anything. You're out. They just practice. Normally with the B team or whenever the main guy's having a rest. So this is why not only is a quarterback the most significant position in sports, but because of that non-playing factor for the backup, that's why changing is such a huge deal. So that's why the Pats should absolutely destroy it. I got one more thing. Oh, it's already 9 o'clock. Look at that. An hour just races by, doesn't it? I got a theory, Jimbo, about tennis fans. And that is that, and I want to flesh this out with you. I don't think there are any fully hardcore tennis fans. Or if there are, it's a far smaller percentage compared to every other sport. There are a few reasons for it, I think. Pretty much every Australian who's into the Australian Open now, and we are into it, right?
Yeah,
we watch all of it. We go to it in massive numbers, record crowds, over hundreds of thousands of people every day. It's crazy. Queues up the wazoo. I'll be interviewing a lot of frustrated tennis fans there on Wednesday. I can't wait for that. I'm going to go to the end of the queue to the angriest man and ask him what's going on. So we get into it and we love it. But then I am convinced 98% of us switch it off until the next 12 months. We forget about tennis. I think there's a few reasons for this. And I don't know. I know a lot of sports fans. I don't know anyone who religiously follows the 12-month tennis cycle. Right?
Yeah, outside of the Australian Open, you don't get a lot of, did you see what so-and-so did in the whatever other competitions are out there?
Very little, yeah. You're clearly hardcore. Yeah, but I think there's a few reasons. The first one is that the Australian Open is so far from the rest of the Grand Slams. So you've got Roland Garros in May, you've got Wimbledon in June, July, you've got US Open in August, September. But you've got this big 4-month gap. So the season starts with a bang, right? It's Australian Open's huge. Grand Slam straight away, 2 weeks into the calendar. And then you got Indian Wells, you got a couple of others. But it does come and go fast. It does come and go fast as well. And it's a big lull between this and that. And then there's the time zone thing too, right? Because people will say, well, what about golf? That has 4 majors and that their calendar seems to work, and theirs are all squished together. It's May, June, July, August, which I tend to like because it's major season. But their time zones are not a problem because that's all in the USA. The time zones for tennis, you've got Australian time zone, and then you've got 2 in the European time zone, then you've got 2 in the American time zone. At any stage, 25, 50, or 75% roughly of the tennis demographic will have to be putting their life on hold to watch the other Grand Slams. Right? For us to watch Roland Garros or for us to watch Wimbledon, it's a brutal 2 weeks. It's like a European World Cup. You have to basically quit your job for a fortnight or take annual leave if you want to dedicate yourself to it. That's the first thing. I think it's also the curse of an individual sport, right? The most passionate sports fans I know are people who were born into loving a team. The Dallas Cowboys in the NFL, Ferrari for the Italians, in Formula One more and more. That's becoming a massive thing. Any team, any sport. You hear about it. I was born into this. The New York Jets fan who said, I was born into this. I hate this team, but I'll never stop supporting them, right? There's the team attachment to it.
The generational when it's team sport. You can't have generational sport with an individual. Yeah.
But for some reason, that doesn't translate as strongly with countries outside of fleeting moments. World Cup, yes, everyone loves it.
Yeah.
Absolutely goes crazy for it when it's on. But who the heck is watching the Socceroos qualifiers? Only the absolute diehards, right? And then you take that down one more level because it's not a team representing your country, it's an individual representing your country, and the individuals come and go. So you sort of attach yourself to characters, you vaguely go for Australians or wherever you're from, but then that sort of leaves too, right? And I'm trying to compare it to golf because I think that's the most apt simile. It's sort of a formerly bougie sport that people can now get into. It's more accessible. But I think another trick that golf has over tennis in its year-long, long-lasting appeal is that guys like us, we can start golf now and see a path in our lives over the next 20 years where we get better. And we can be constantly obsessed with it and looking at it and going, how does Rory play? Can I possibly emulate that? And that brings me back a lot. What are these guys doing? How good are they? I want to see it. Tennis, we're 35, 33 now. Our best days are done. There is a very short window on the life of a tennis player if you're an amateur, if you're trying to get better. I think that's a real hook in golf that keeps people watching golf as opposed to being a die-hard tennis fan who lives it for 12 months.
I don't know. I don't think the only thing stopping me playing tennis is because I think I'm not going to be able to get better at it, though.
No, but I think that's an advantage that golf has over other sports, and particularly tennis. It's something that you can get into socially, keep getting better, keep playing with your mates until you're 80, really. I know you can with tennis, but who really plays tennis that much? And then as a result, you're in the golf culture, you're watching golf, they're talking about golf, you want to go watch it. Like, I think it's a cycle that gets you watching the sport over and over. I don't think tennis has that culture.
No, I agree. Well, I also think, though, that golf and tennis, like, especially as you start to age us and above, golf's got more appeal to we can wander, we can make a day of it, it's slow paced. Whereas tennis, it's like there's no casual, let's have a chat and
Mate,
like, it's
there's no social aspect, really.
It's not as social, especially during the game. Golf, we're talking the whole way, we're ribbing, but it's like, the tennis, you're like, okay, we're going to either go hard and leave wrecked, or you just fobbing a ball around for a bit, which really is just golf.
Well, that's true. That's true. But I genuinely, I don't know of a sport that has a more transient audience that gets so into it for 2 weeks and then they're gone for 12 months. And I'll love it, and I'll see you all next year. Wednesday's going to be great. And I'm going to ask this question. That's what I'll pose to people. How much of this will you actually follow?
Are you going to keep watching outside Australia Open? What other tournaments do you watch?
I'm also going
name 3 of them.
Yeah. Well, I think most people can name Wimbledon, Roland Garros, and the US Open.
Outside of this guy. Yeah, I think Wimbledon, US Open is the only one I had. What was the other one? Garros Open.
Roland Garros, the French Open.
Yeah, I don't know that one.
Yeah. Well,
they're French.
You know what? That's a good experiment for Wednesday. Let's really test how
100%.
transient
name
they
3
are.
or 5 other. Yeah, 100%.
I'll put them on the spot and say, quick, what are the other 3 Grand Slams?
Yeah, 100%.
Like,
Tour de France. What's your decision? Yeah.
He's a cycling man, and I was going to call him Tour de France. What's your decision? We are going to the Tour Down Under on Sunday, the final stage. I've got a theory on that sport too, and you're not going to like this, you cycling fan watching along. I don't think that it is a respected sport as far as a competition anymore. I think it has been so plagued by scandal over the years that it is now more of a social sideshow. The sport is a mechanism to a social gathering than the sport being the point of interest itself. I don't know how sports fans can watch it with a straight face. I mean, we talked about corruption, FIFA, and all that sort of stuff before. You look up on Wikipedia the list of doping scandals in cycling. It is obscene. It is still to this day plagued with it. There's been mechanical cheating, like hidden motors found in bikes. I'm not just talking like HGH, testosterone, all that other stuff that, even our man Stuart O'Grady admitted to taking, I think it's EPO in 1998. And then the Lance Armstrong stuff. And, Mr. Big gets taken down, the whole sport gets taken down with it. They're now doing looking into microbe transplants from gut to gut to get an advantage, an athletic and digestive and overall endurance advantage between cyclists. That is a new scandal that is emerging in the sport. Poo doping. That's what they're doing. The sport, I don't see how you can watch it and go, I'm watching a competition of man versus man here. Just put them all in the enhanced games and be done with it.
Yeah, but do you not think all these other sports, NFL, we're not pushing the boundaries of substances?
They have far more. Well, I think we might have discussed something similar to this, maybe off air. Firstly, they have have had a culture of more rigorous testing. They have.
I mean, Lance Armstrong was getting tested. He just was getting around it. Like,
yeah, but
is that the
rigor?
Rigor?
That's the other side of the culture. Cycling culture has been rife with cheaters because it's an individual sport that depends pretty much only, there's a small team element, but 99% on the physical ability, endurance, strength, power of the athlete. When all of the sport and the performance depends on the body of one person, the potential for doping and the temptation for doping goes through the roof, as opposed to something like soccer, right? One person may dope to physically enhance their performance, and there have been guys that have been caught, not at the levels of cycling, but it has happened. But the physical output of a soccer player is only a fraction of their overall game. That's nothing to do with skill. It's nothing to do with game sense, game awareness. It's nothing to do with the tactics of the game, your interplay with your teammates. And even if you could 100% increase that person's performance, that's 1 of 11.
Yeah.
So that's why, yes,
that's true.
It's
a direct, I mean, at least in cycling, it's way more direct correlation to just input and output compared to other sports. Like, there's so much more.
And that's why weightlifting's rife with it. That's why athletics is rife with it.
Yeah.
But I tell you why.
And it's sheer body output.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I tell you why I think that. I mean, I can't watch cycling with a straight face. I'll never be able to. I genuinely watch the Tour de France for the scenery. I know I sound 80, but
you're going to be fun interviewing on Sunday.
Well,
so why is this sport full of drugs?
Well, I'm not going to ask it like that, but I will.
Yeah,
I will ask.
100%,
Like, do you see this as a legitimate sport?
Yeah,
are you here for the
concerned
competition?
this is unfair based on the history? Well,
yeah, and I think the difference between it's funny, athletics and cycling. There are some studies that say that athletics has had more doping cases and more cheating than cycling, and some that say the other thing. Mr. Big being brought down was the thing that killed cycling that it will never, ever recover from, because Lance Armstrong was not only the champion, 7 Tour de France's, all that sort of stuff. He was the guy who, in the face of all of the cheating from everybody else, he was the guy that everyone said, yeah, but not Lance, not Armstrong. Live Strong bands, the whole culture. He's our guy. He's the guy doing it properly. He beat cancer. He's the guy that gives us hope when all those other cheats are doing it the wrong way.
Yeah.
And then in hindsight, it comes out, oh no, he was doing it. You know, he EPO, HGH, testosterone, everything. There were like 5 different things he got busted for. Like this wasn't a drunk text mistakenly sent. He had 5 mistresses that he was seeing regularly, James. Like this was as bad as everyone else.
Yeah.
And when that guy gets taken down, I was thinking, what's the modern day equivalent for athletics? It would have to be Usain Bolt. It would have to be.
If he was to get done.
That's the equivalent. Because we look at him as the freak, the guy who can do it all, the guy that we look at and go, I don't know how that's human. And as a result,
how's that going to ever be beaten? Yeah.
People have questioned, is that legit? He's never been proven. One of his teammates got done, but he hasn't. So we have to assume for now it's legitimate. But if Usain Bolt gets taken down, I think athletics goes the same way. But then there are other cases in athletics too, like Ben Johnson in the 90s, 400-meter world record holder. He got done, and that was huge. He was the poster boy at the time. Marion Jones, one of the best female athletes ever. She went to jail for perjury for lying about doping, and it was proven that she doped. So, like, it has been brought down, but for some reason, cycling hasn't. In my mind, it hasn't recovered to being a sport that people look at with legitimacy. And the viewing figures are showing that now too. It's dropped. In Australia, so this year it dropped like 7% viewing figures in Australia, the Tour de France, which is the big one. The year before, it dropped 29%. And in France, it's been dropping. In Spain, which is a massive cycling hub and audience, it's dropped like 38% in the last 2 years. There's something really, really just wrong with cycling. I think it's lost its appeal. Anyway, can't wait for the Tour Down Under. We'll be there on Sunday.
That's where Lithan Man said, my great-grandfather used to ride 40 Ks a day at a great rate of knots and had to quit because traffic got too bad. He was 85. You can't tell me cycling's hard.
What a legend.
My 84-year-old great-grandfather could do it.
Well, Mr. Man, grandfather man. I thought that he was going to say, like, there's going to be a nice compliment of his grandpa, but he was just saying, look how easy it is if that old guy could do it.
That's where Wayne Hollis said, you should read about the second ever Tour de France. The top 4 finishers got disqualified. It's been a fast forever.
Yeah. Okay, so I'm not alone there. Maybe I'll post this rant on YouTube. Might get some support for once.
Might get more views if you call it a rant.
Anyway, I was going to say that for next week, but it came up. So what I do have next week is it's the Australia Day show. Might have a guest. Might have another mate in here, just another head, which will be great. But
Travis Head.
Not Travis. Not one day. I'm going to talk. I mean, it's Australia Day, so I'll be touching on why Australia or how well Australia overperforms in sport. We really are. We do have a claim to lay to the title of the world's sporting capital because we are so damn good. We put on the best events in the world, or close to it. We outperform our numbers like crazy in almost every sport. And don't forget, we have a Winter Olympics gold medal for speed skating, and we don't really have snow, so that's pretty cool too. Winter Olympics coming up. The Ice Addicts will be out getting some videos for us. Whitey and Hawley, we're going to sort that out. So there's a lot coming up. There's also the T20 World Cup, which we'll be watching the Australia-Ireland game live on this channel. So yeah, stay tuned. We're going to be live a lot. We're, like I said, Australian Open Wednesday, Tour Down Under Sunday.
Live watch along for NFL?
Yes, conference championship game, the NFC championship game, Seahawks and Rams next. Oh, on Australia Day. Yeah, huge day.
Huge
so we'll do
Australia
that.
Day.
Then I'm having people over for barbecue, and then we're going straight into the live show. So
that's it. We more live
weirdly,
hours
I
than...
haven't invited you to the barbecue though.
I'm going to be in here just...
See ya.
Looks nice out there, guys.
James, shut the curtains. You're not invited.
Get back in the studio. More graphics.
More graphics. Get it ready. All right, that's all from me. Any more from you, Jimbo?
No.
And nothing in the chat that we need to address before we go?
Any
Senegalese fans abusing me, chasing me from pillar to post?
No Senegalese.
No. All right. I don't normally have my phone. I just wanted to keep charging.
Only Alex saying, does it matter if umpire's dope? I mean, many of them are dopes. So.
Good one. Yeah, thanks.
End on that.
We used to have a 5K time trial, but we don't do that anymore, so no point. No point. And we've discussed using pre-workout as a sports enhancer, and that doesn't work. Certainly not for ice hockey or running. We know that. All right, that's the show. Thanks very much for watching. Hit subscribe if you haven't already. There's a lot of content coming out of these pages. Follow Curt Can't Talk everywhere, and we'll see you Wednesday. Live from Melbourne. Catch you then.